Hello, everyone. Hi, my name is Richard Allen, and I'm the course leader for BA Theatre and Performance Design. And I'm going to just take you through the course and the college and some things you can kind of expect to study if you come and study with us. So I'm a performance designer and performance maker. And I've been working at Wimbledon for around sort of 10 years or so. And I'm also an academic, so I sort of write about and think about performance and theatre design. And I'm an associate editor for the Theatre and Performance Design Journal. And I'm currently working on a project with Punch Drunk around urban rewilding and design and dramaturgy. So why Wimbledon? Why would you come here to study with us? I mean, it's an amazing school of performance. So it's a purpose-built site of performance, and we have acting and performance students, art direction, costume, technical art students, as well as theatre and performance design students. So you'll be studying with students all working in the kind of theatre and performance field and industries. And you can see an image here of the students on the course just after a workshop they've done with Lucy Algar on kind of drawing performance in front of our amazing campus. And I'm actually in the studios at the moment. That studio there that you can see just on the side, and so it's a really beautiful campus and community, a place to study. So, theatre and performance design itself, it primarily focuses on set and costume design, but it also introduces students to broad areas of kind of design for performance, such as video projection, lighting, sound design, immersive performance, and the kind of a really expanded field of what performance design might be. And it's a really practical course. It's a making course, but it also gives you the kind of conceptual skills that you need as a designer to interpret and to work on productions. So it's about really training you to be a professional designer and to go straight into industry and to work. It's a course that's got it's one of the oldest theatre design courses in the country, and it's got such a long and kind of impressive history of educating the kind of top international designers, theatre designers. For example, Sarah Greenwood, who is kind of Oscar-nominated designer, who did Barbie and Atonement and Pride and Prejudice. Richard Hudson, who's was the set designer for The Lion King. Anne Maskery, who's the costume designer for The Hobbit, and many, many more. And a lot of our designers who go straight into industry are constantly kind of winning awards and doing stuff. I'll talk a little bit more about what students go on to do at the end. It's got an amazing course team. So a lot of the team here are practicing designers, and there's loads of opportunities to kind of network and to join their kind of networks as part of the course. There's an amazing community of alumni from Wimbledon, but especially from theatre and performance design. And we have a really active kind of Instagram page and lots of opportunities and support that's available to that, which is I think an amazing thing that happens on courses. And it's a course, like I say, it's based in making. So we find out through doing as a kind of an art school. We think about sustainability, but it's a very industry kind of focused course. So I'm just going to take you through really quickly what we do year to year on the course and some of the kind of projects we do. So year one is really giving you the kind of foundational skills. So it's around drawing, making, and thinking. So the kind of projects students do are model making. So that's a really core thing. The kind of actual kind of physical kind of model making, looking at surveying, 3D model techniques, and technical drawing as well. So how you make and design in kind of three dimensions in model making. Students do costume design projects where they do script and scene analysis and look at fabric and movement and actually make the costumes and work with performers and seeing how kind of costumes work, but also the kind of drawing skills and the drafting skills you need for costume design. And then projects around digital environments as well. So that kind of skill set you need as a designer in industry, using software like Touch Designer, Isadora, Blender, SketchUp, and more. So those are the kind of projects that we do kind of consecutively over the first year. And these kind of culminate in the final project of the first year is a project we do with the Lyric Hammersmith. So we've got lots of really great connections with London theatres and theatres beyond that we do kind of projects with and take students to. So the Hammersmith project is we go to the theatre and we look at the space and then students design a speculative design, like the full design model box, all the set, the costumes, any kind of like other object, sound, etc. For a kind of speculative project. And students, there's an image here from some of the work students do. Then the second year is about collaboration and expanding your practice and immersing yourself in practice. So it's really about starting to develop a kind of signature sense as a designer, which is really, really important as your portfolio develops. And in this year, we do collaborative projects, which I'm going to talk about in a second, working with students from across the college. We do projects with the National Theatre, working with their archive. And then we finish the year again with another big, more kind of advanced speculative design project where you design a full design on a text or a subject of your choosing, so you can kind of start to develop that distinctive portfolio. So just a few little projects that we did. This is a project I did called the Memory Police, which was a site-specific project that design students worked with acting students and costume students. And it was a kind of dystopian site-specific kind of theatre piece that we did on Ilpie Island, which is in the kind of middle of the Thames in London. And then students took it to Prague, the Prague Quadrennial of Performance Design. So we did it in Prague and in London, these two performances, and the students designed and then made elements of the performance and collaborated together. The Herds is another project that the college has been involved in and students have been involved in, which is a giant puppet herd of animals that's migrating from Africa through up to Norway. It's a huge international project, and Wimbledon and UAL are a project partner, and students worked on both puppeteering and making puppets for that. The National Theatre project. So we have a kind of long-standing link with the National Theatre and working with the National Theatre Archive of Theatre Design. So students get the opportunity to go into the archive and then make work in relation to that, and then share it with people from industry. And then, like I was saying, students then also make their own design projects in a unit called Where in the World. And this is really where you start to get that distinctive sense of who you are as a designer and maker. And then this leads through into the third year with the final projects that students do. And in the third year, you do two kind of big projects. One is almost a fully realized design project of a live brief in a professional context, or in collaboration with a kind of professional context in some way. So we've done projects with London Contemporary School of Dance, again with the Lyric, with King's Head Theatre. This year, we're going to be doing an immersive performance project with the company Clockwork Dog, who are kind of the world leading kind of experts in different kinds of immersive experiences, and then many more. So we're kind of constantly refreshing our collaborations, so students get to design in that context. We have what's called a professional futures unit, where there's industry talks, networking, talks from professional designers to help you build yourself as a freelancer, or what looking as a professional designer looks like. So that runs all along the third year, and then students finish with a kind of full professional piece of design at the Wimbledon's prestigious degree show here on campus. And we have industry nights and people coming to see that. So just to see a few images from these. So the live brief projects, it gives you, I think, as a designer, an opportunity to show or to embody your work, or see your work actually started to be translated. So we're constantly thinking about both the design, the speculative design, and the actual realization as well. So just some images from one of the projects here in our amazing theatre we have here at Wimbledon. And then some images from the degree show as well. So this is where you get that chance to kind of show your work to the world. Those kind of projects from the first, second, and third year, you get to combine it all together in that degree show moment. And just another image here of some of the kind of model boxes and things where students have made. So that's a kind of whistle-stop tour of the course and the kind of projects and things. It's a really kind of active live course that's really sort of present in industry. So if you're kind of interested in applying and thinking about that, some of the things we're kind of looking for in your application is a personal statement and a portfolio. The thing we're really interested in is thinking about who you are, both as a person, but both of your kind of interests in theatre, in film. You might be interested in music, in literature or novels. You might be interested in circus. You might be interested in different kinds of performance or different things in the world. And so, what we're really interested in hearing about, both in your personal statement and your portfolio, is who you are as a person and how you look and how you engage in the world and how you think about the world. And this might be political, cultural, social kind of ideas you have, as well as ideas you have around theatre and performance. So we want you to be really open with us in the application process, because that's the important thing I think that underpins every designer and artist. A few additional opportunities that the course offers as well. So as well as all of the kind of course content and the kind of the things that we do in the projects in the course, there are also work placements. So students in the second year do work placements, and we kind of draw on our networks to kind of get students those opportunities. At UAL, you get the opportunity to do diplomas between your second and third year. One of them is a diploma in professional studies, where students have gone to work on like Netflix shows, and they find kind of contexts to kind of work professionally for a year and then get accreditation for that. There are diplomas in creative computing. So if you're kind of interested in more advanced kind of computing elements in your design practice, you can do an extra year. And there's a new diploma in storytelling coming as well, which is a kind of really interesting nomadic diploma across UAL that you can kind of also study. So you can kind of extend your study to 4 years. There's a study abroad scheme, and we have students coming here as well from other universities that you get to kind of work with, but you can also look at traveling abroad and taking a year of study. And the thing with UAL, we're one of the top art universities in the world, and we've got this incredible team of careers and employability and networks that students get access to both while they're here on the course, but also when they graduate as well. So there's a huge amount of support and resources to help you in the next stages of your career. So thinking about that in terms of graduating, some of the things that our graduates go on to do, I've already talked about the kind of theatre and performance designers and designers in television and film production, which many of our students go straight into working in various ways as freelancers in that context. But there's also a huge amount of kind of transferable skills that theatre and performance designers have, such as the immersive experience industry, escape rooms and scare attractions, and museum and heritage attractions, production and stage management, scenic artists, opera, musicals, music concerts, festivals, animation and puppetry, exhibition and retail design, sound and lighting designers have come. And I think, like I've said before, our alumni have won many awards, especially winners of the kind of Limbury Prize for Stage Design, BAFTA and Olivia award-winning designers, working in the kind of National Theatre and Royal Shakespeare Company, etc. So if you come and study with us, you're part of this really sort of prestigious group of designers who've graduated from the course. So if that sounds good and you want to make an application, some things you can do is, obviously we've got our course web pages, which you can find more detail. One of the great things to do is to come and visit us on a college tour or an open day, because actually coming and seeing this amazing campus and our theatres and our studio spaces just gives you a real sense of what it would be like to study. You apply on ucas.com, and there's various tools and things that can kind of help you there. There's scholarship advice, and then if you're an international applicant, there might be a UAL representative in your company to help as well. But there's lots of help available for you if you want to apply. And you can follow us on Facebook and Instagram. So at the Wimbledon UAL, you can also find through that the theatre design Instagram, like I say, which is really active, and there's lots of activity and things happening on there, and images of student work. And you can also contact us for more inquiries. And I'm also happy to, you can find my contact on the website, and I'm happy to always talk to you and give you more information. Thank you so much. Thank you for listening, and hopefully see you soon. Bye.